Hey guys, it's Heather and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm so excited to share this recipe with you. It's an extra special one and it's in celebration of Justin and I's 6-year wedding anniversary coming up. So when we were dating, we actually created our own cookie recipe. So we kind of took a little bit of everything that we both liked and just made it up. So funny enough, when we wrote this recipe and kind of tasted it and made it and whatever, we actually made it specifically for just a half a batch of the recipe. And so when I wrote it out on this recipe card, it says it serves just enough for us. So it's half a batch of like a regular cookie dough serving or cookie dough batch. So when we would make half of the recipe, we would cook half of it, bake it, and then while those were cooking, we would eat the other half of the dough. So that's why we made half, and we would do that often, like very often. So this is an extra special recipe. We call them TB cookies for short, but it stands for Team Value Cookies because that's what it was. And we actually served them at our wedding. I'll insert like a beautifully glamorous picture right here of them, just trays and trays and trays. We made them for 3 months at a time. At our wedding, we actually had a dessert bar, so we had all of our most favorite desserts, and then just a tiny wedding cake, which you should see soon, that my mom made us that we could actually cut. But the TB cookies were like the star of the show because we had just recently made them and everyone knew about our TB cookies. So that's what we're gonna make today. It's so delicious and I hope you enjoy them just as much as we do. They're extra special to us and I know that you will like them as well. So this recipe is kind of a version of like a oatmeal raisin cookie is kind of what we adapted it from. So there's whole wheat flour, there's old-fashioned oatmeal, there's dark chocolate because Justin's a huge dark chocolate fan, and craisins instead of raisins. So the craisins add like this really fun tartness to it and adds and just kind of like rounds out the whole cookie. So it's just a regular cookie recipe that we've adapted, and let's get started making it. So in your stand mixer, you just need to add brown sugar, white sugar, and a stick of butter. So the whole recipe is gonna be on the blog so you can follow along that way. So you're just gonna add this and cream it for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's really light and fluffy. Alrighty, I think we're just about there. So the butter and sugar is creamed together for a couple minutes, and then you're gonna go ahead and add your egg. Add the egg in, and then mix it for just about 30 seconds or until it's well incorporated. Good, there you go. Okay. We're literally just gonna dump everything else in there. So it's really easy, there's no rhyme or reason. So this is whole wheat flour and then old-fashioned oats. And then the whole wheat flour, my favorite kind is Weisenberger Mills whole wheat flour. I can find that at Lucky's or like usually any of your local stores. It's a local mill in Kentucky and it's the best. So that's gonna go in, and then we have baking powder, baking soda, salt, and a little bit of cinnamon, and then a little bit of vanilla, and then we're gonna just mix this until it's all together and then add the chocolate chips and the craisins. So that's nice and mixed. To this, we're gonna add just about a cup, or I usually eyeball it, of dark chocolate. Now I use dark chocolate chunks and just cut it up, or dark chocolate bar and cut it into chunks. So there's some like shards, some tiny pieces, and then some like Grater's ice cream size chunks, which Justin likes. So we're just gonna sprinkle that in there. Eyeball it, and we'll add the whole thing. And then some craisins. And same thing, about like half to a cup until there's enough goodness in every single bite that you have. All right, and then mix until well combined. It is good to go. Now we're gonna scoop it. So just have our sheet pan and a piece of parchment paper. Now, I hate waiting on cookie dough to chill. Hate it. I think it's the worst thing in the entire world. It's such a travesty. When you make cookies, you want to bake them and then eat them right away. So this one I do not chill. You can, but I don't. So there are recipes that do require chilling. I do know that, but for this one, no chilling needed. Scoop it, and then we're gonna bake it for about 10 minutes until they're just nicely golden, like on the edges, and they're still gonna be soft and gooey on the inside, which is exactly how I like my cookie. So tender and soft, practically like a warmed bake cookie dough is how I like cookies. Just gonna go ahead and scoop it out. I use this is my handy dandy cookie scoop. I don't even know what size it is, but I use it for everything and it makes the perfect size cookie. And then I do 12 cookies per cookie sheet. So I'll get one started, and then for the rest of this recipe, I'm actually gonna freeze it. So to freeze cookies, which is my most favorite thing to do, like I said, so anytime that Justin and I want cookies, I'll just make a whole batch for 2 people. I'll make a whole batch of cookies, and I'll bake just a tray of them so there's just enough to eat on for that day or the next day or throughout the week or whatever we want. And then the rest of them, I'll go ahead and scoop them out on a tray just like this. And they don't have to be as spaced out. You can just fit as many as you can on a tray. And then I'll pop them in the freezer until they're frozen solid for about like an hour or 2. And then I'll take those frozen cookie dough balls and just put them in a freezer safe Ziploc bag and keep them in the freezer. And we have cookies whenever we want. So if we have people coming over last minute and I need a dessert, I'll just pop a tray of fresh cookies into the oven. Or if we're going somewhere and I need to bring something, usually it's always just easy to have on hand. It's like my best kept secret that I love doing. So make a whole batch, put them in the freezer. You can literally bake just one at a time. Like, you don't have to make the whole thing. They'll last for about 3 or 4 months if you don't eat them that long. I mean, what's gonna last that long? So just go ahead, scoop them out onto this tray. So we're gonna pop this into the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop the rest of this cookie dough out, pop them in the freezer. By the time that's all done, these should be hot and fresh, ready to go, ready to eat. Justin's gonna be sad because he's currently not here, but these are gonna be waiting on him when he gets home, and he's gonna be so excited to celebrate our anniversary and eat our most favorite cookies and our most favorite dessert and just think about all the sweet memories. I wanna relive that day all over again. It was the best day in the entire world. So I'm gonna put these in the oven, 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Watch your oven, every oven is different. So you just want them lightly golden on the outside. They'll spread a little bit, but nice and chewy. And then we'll take them out, let them cool for 5 minutes, if you can wait that long, and then we'll enjoy some yummy cookies. All right, so the cookies are done, they've cooled, and I can't wait to dig in. They're a little bit crisp around the edge, but when you bite into it, it's gonna be so chewy and gooey and so good, full of all the flavors. I'm gonna go for this one. Look at that. I mean, it's like practically falling apart because it's, like I said, warm cookie dough, which is how I like it. It tastes just like I remember. So, of course, you're gonna get like all the chocolate gooey fingers. So good. All right, guys, these just bring back so many sweet memories. So if you're getting married, or you know somebody's getting married, or have any kind of big event, highly encourage doing a dessert bar. Add your favorite cookie to it and make your own cookie recipe up. Why not? Just get in the kitchen, get creative, but do a dessert bar. I have so many sweet memories of me and my mom and my sister baking for like 3 months at a time, trying to get ready for this. Justin and I, in the little house that he lived in when we were dating, making these and just eating the cookie dough. Like, it's so many sweet memories, and one of the biggest reasons why I love food and I love cooking is because when you make something like this, instantly it brings you back to that place, and there's just nothing that can replace that. So every time I eat these, I think of dating, I think of our wedding, I think of all of the happy sweet memories. Justin's gonna be so excited when he gets home to see these. I cannot wait to let him eat these and then celebrate marriage and all the wonderful things that go in with it. Marriage is the best. Being married is awesome. It makes you a much better person, and it only gets better year after year. And we're only year 6, and I know we have 75 more to go. So go to fuelingasouthernsoul.com for the full recipe. Everything that you need will be there, along with some sweet little pictures from our wedding and the dessert bar, so you can kind of see where it all started with these cookies. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.